Hey, my friends. Happy Friday afternoon. It's Friday. Yay. How are you today? Are you excited? It's Friday. And can you even believe it's almost February? I cannot. But today is a beautiful sunny day here in East Tennessee. Hey, ladies. So I am just thankful that the sun is out because we've had some gloomy days around here. Have you guys been having gloomy weather where you are? It was rainy and snowy, and so today the sun is shining, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've missed the sun. Hey everybody, how are you? Yay, some of you can hop on. I wondered if this was going to be a weird time, but I noticed several of you are West Coasters, so maybe this is a better time for you. I do see a few East Coasters too. Hey Elizabeth, hey Debbie, hey Tracy, and Teresa and Melissa. Say hi. Tell me, how do you have the sunshine at your house today? It's been sunny. New Mexico. Yes, I bet it's very different now that you have moved west. Hey Tracy. All right, so February is coming up very soon, and a week from today is February 1st, right? I think a week from today. So I wanted to go ahead and tell you what our oil of the month is going to be. So it's not sunny there. Yeah, I was afraid of that, Debbie. Debbie is in Alaska. So we actually have several people up in Alaska now, which is so fun. Got people all over the world. We had one from Australia join in the middle of the night, which wasn't the middle of the night for her. We've got New Zealand, the UK, Canada, got quite a few in California. Teresa's still on here. She's in California along with Lori and Mary and everybody out there. I love having people everywhere. So I loved doing Envision this month. And I know not everybody can order these oils, and that's okay. I just kind of feel like it kind of gives us a focus or whatever. And so I loved focusing on Envision in the month of January because, you know, we're all setting goals and talking about our vision for the new year. And I just love the oil Envision. Now, keep commenting on that post. If you've noticed, people are still commenting how they're using Envision or just every time they use it, because on the last day of the month, well, I'll share the winner on February 1st. I'm going to pick one person who has been commenting on that thread to win a bottle of Envision, which I already have it bought, and I already sent the first winner. Nancy was the first winner of our bottle of Envision from January, and then there'll be one more winner from somebody who has been commenting on that thread for Envision. Now I'm going to do the same thing in February because I love that. So I'll start a post on February 1st with our new oil and a verse to go along with it, and then you guys comment all through the month that you're still using the oil, and I'll pick another winner to win that oil as well. So I love how Envision worked out. So I'm excited, and I'm still, you know, who knows what'll happen, but I'm really excited about January's oil, and I'm really excited about February's oil. So I kind of was trying to think of something that had to do with love. You know, it's February, but I also didn't want to narrow it in too much to like marriage, because I know not everybody in here, that doesn't apply to everybody in here. So I did not pick like Sensation is a fabulous oil for marriage, and then there's some other ones, Ylang Ylang, that we're going to be talking about at our marriage and oils class. Are you guys coming? Kelly and I met today for several hours to get all the class finished up and the graphics made, and we have been studying our little hearts out. We've got so much good stuff to share with you. Tuesday night, Facebook class, marriage and oils. So, sidetrack, sorry. So I didn't want to necessarily pick like a marriage type oil just because it might not apply to everybody, but I did want to focus on love. So I figured let's focus on the love of the Lord in February for our oil. And so I have a verse. It actually, this was, we chatted about this in my business Marco Polo group, I was just asking for some ideas. And so this phrase was from my friend Michelle. Do you guys like how I wrote all over my hands with markers today? I write, everything I write in my bullet journals and my to-do list, I use these Flair pens. I just like color. And today I decided to write all over myself. So, we are going to focus on a verse that Michelle Shaw recommended to me. Actually, it's a different verse, but it's the same phrase. This phrase is in the Bible a lot of times, and it's in the Psalms a lot of times. But I'm going to pick Psalm 136. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. So our oil, even though we just already came through November, we picked the oil gratitude because it's one of my favorites and because of this verse. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Don't you love that? So if you have never tried gratitude, this is one of my favorite blends. I know I say that a lot, but I have had this diffusing with bergamot all week. And I also keep a bottle in my purse with a roller top on it because I love the smell. This is kind of like, if I had to choose an oil to use like as a perfume, this would probably be my pick. I love this blend. So I will post on the 1st a graphic that shows gratitude and the verse, and then you guys can start commenting that you are going to try it or that you're using it all through the month of February. And another little thing, I know we have a lot of homeschoolers in this group. When my kids were younger, my kids are all teenagers now. In fact, February, you guys, my oldest is going to be 17 in 2 weeks. Moment of silence. So February is a special month for that reason. But when my kids were growing up, really probably until we started high school when my kids, I don't really teach them that much anymore. We do all classes with co-op, and I've hired out because I can't teach algebra and chemistry. But all their earlier years, I would do like a theme with them. And this is how I taught kindergarten too. You guys, I'm just chatting with you, so y'all comment and tell me how you are today. So I taught kindergarten before I had kids, and we would do a letter of the week, and I loved this. So we'd read books about apples, we would go visit the apple orchard, we would practice making the letter A, we would taste test different apples, we would do all our crafts around apples. So I like themes. So then I found 5 in a row, and I used 5 in a row when my kids were little. And then I also moved on from 5 in a row and did more literature-based unit studies. So every week or every month we would have a different theme, right? And I would always pick a verse to go with that theme for us to memorize. We did a lot of scripture memory when my kids were younger. And for February, we would always do, 1 Corinthians, love is patient, love is kind, and we would do that whole, like those 4 verses. But if you want to memorize some verses with your kiddos in February, another great one is Psalm 136. So give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. I also love doing this as like a read aloud where you have, the people recite after you, so you could have your kids recite that after you, and you say the phrase, and then they repeat, his love endures forever, because that's the passage that goes all through it. Give thanks to the God of gods. His love endures forever. Give thanks to the Lord of lords. His love endures forever. To him who alone does great wonders, his love endures forever. And you guys, little kids can memorize a lot. We would do a poem. We would do whole chapters of scripture because kids' brains are so much more, they can memorize more than you think. We would memorize like Psalm 23 and whole chapters of scripture. So if you want to memorize some scripture with your kiddos in February, pick this passage and you can do it along with us. And my encouragement to you is every time you use the oil gratitude in the month of February is to offer up a prayer of gratitude. I have said this before, I love using these oils with these names as like visual cues to remind me to pray. So, with Envision, I was praying all month long that God would give me his vision for my life and for the people in my life, that he would help me to see people the way he sees them. And so I prayed a lot about my vision and his vision, and the hymn, Be Thou My Vision, is one of my favorites. So in February, every time we use the oil gratitude, I want us to offer up a prayer of gratitude for his love for us, his unconditional love, and for any number of things you can be grateful for. But we will be grateful during the month of February. Every time we pick this up, that'll be like a cue to remind you to offer up a prayer of gratitude. If you want to add in a gratitude journal, which I highly recommend, that's another good idea, something you could do with your kiddos too. I am going to be talking to you in February about how gratitude can change your life, how gratitude is good for you physically, how gratitude is good for you mentally, how gratitude is good for you emotionally. So gratitude is a biggie, and when we become grateful people, truly grateful, I believe that has the power to change our lives. So y'all know I've been on this mindset journey, and gratitude is a huge part of that, right? So I am excited about February. I have some fun giveaways planned and some fun posts planned, and now you know the oil. So add gratitude to your ER order for February, or if you haven't ordered yet in January, you could go ahead and grab it in January. And then on the 1st, I will put up a post where you guys can start commenting, and then at the end of the month we'll have somebody win another bottle of gratitude. I probably will give away 2 bottles again. So I did 2 bottles of Envision. So yeah, if you try gratitude, I'll have people post a screenshot of their order, and then I'll also at the end of the month give away another bottle of gratitude to a random commenter. We'll just try to do the same thing in February because it's been fun, and I have loved reading all your comments about Envision. That has been so fun for me. So thank y'all for playing along. Okay, guys, y'all have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later.